Hey everybody, it's Pixelated Pat, and I'm back with yet another episode of our Pokemon Gaia Hardcore Nuzlocke. For today's episode, we'll be taking on Icos Canyon as well as our second to last rival battle, but before we can do that, we gotta catch this Gabite, which damn near made me shit myself when I encountered it because it felt like a dream to finally get a good encounter for once. We do have to struggle a little bit, and I send out Altaria to Mega Evolve it so that way you can nullify any of its Dragon type attacks, and just like that, we're able to capture her and name her Cynthia. And just like that, the wave of depression I felt when Abomasnow fainted went away because there's no better way than to cure that depression than by raising the Pokemon that killed it. Welcome to the team, Cynthia. Next, we gotta take on this geologist dude real quick, but we're able to dispatch him easily with the Fonz, who's able to OHKO both of his Pokemon with the quickness. While I'm certainly proud of the way that the Fonz has grown ever since we captured him early in the run, I feel like there's a chance he's gonna take a huge backseat to Gabite once we're able to evolve her into a Garchomp. Even with sheer power, he doesn't stand the chance of being able to deal as much damage as Garchomp is capable of, so she is most certainly a welcome addition. That being said, I am beyond excited to see what Cynthia will be able to bring to the table in terms of power and coverage. Before I took on this route, I had instantly wrote off Gabite since I haven't gotten the encounter I actually wanted ever since I caught Meryl during the first round of encounters in the very early game, so it was a nice surprise to say the least, especially when I was expecting Vibrava or Hippowdon. While I was mostly hoping for Hippowdon due to how in love I was with the idea of being able to set up Sandstorm and Stealth Rock right at the beginning of the battle, I certainly won't say no to a pseudo-legendary. It just goes to show there's no better feeling than when low expectations are met with high rewards. That being said, I'd like to point out a small glitch I noticed after I was reviewing this footage. I'm not sure if you noticed, but if you go back a few seconds, you'll see that the mine shell literally disappeared from the battle after it used U-turn. Probably some kind of glitch in the game's coding, but it's my personal theory that I knew we were about to send it to the Shadow Realm with Sasako for Grigas. Can't say that I blame it though, but I guess I'll have to come back later with the Versus Seeker after we defeat the champion so we can properly destroy it. Only then can we claim complete and total dominion over the Orbitus region and bring our villain arc to a proper conclusion. Anyways, it's time to battle the rival, so cue the OST. So as always, he starts off the battle with Hariyama, which is why we lead with Altaria. I make the decision to Mega Evolve right away, but we do have to take a fake out, and it probably would have been better to switch to code for Grigas real quick and then switch back into Altaria, but I digress. We just start setting up Dragon Dances because I don't want this Hariyama to be any more trouble than it's worth. Although it is worth noting that I should have kept Roost on his moveset, I did not know that Hariyama was going to have Bullet Punch. Regardless, we're able to believe in the heart of the cards and score the first knockout of the match and waste a full restore on the way. It's his only full restore, so that bodes well for us. Right after that, he sends out his Altaria, and ours barely survives after getting hit with that Sandstorm. So I decided to send in Nova after a bit of deliberation between her and the Fonz, and while Altaria is able to score some significant damage on us due to the fact that it got to hit us twice after switching out, all it takes is one Iron Head to knock it out of the match for good and bring in the next major threat of his team, this blasted Rotom Heat, which took out our dear Durana the last time we battled on Presmos Island. F's in the chat for our baby girl. After that, I switched into Coat for Grigas after a bit of deliberation, who instantly loses half of his health to Overheat. After that, I make the mistake of trying to set up a Combine and end up getting burnt in the process by Will-O-Wisp. Because I knew that Hex was coming right after that, I make the decision to fight fire with fire by sending out Magna. While we do have a bit of a back and forth with Rotom managing to take out almost half of our health, we're able to push through it with our starter, which will ultimately bring out his. And naturally, I'm not going to keep Magna out in a no-win situation, which opens up the door for our base form Venusaur to shine once more. We got a lucky miss on the Swagger instead of Bleach Seed to help us do more damage due to the resistance that Empoleon Steel-type brings to the table. However, I got very scared of Flash Cannon, and since I knew that he wasn't going to use Surf, I make the decision to switch into Nidoking, who was able to take out this Royal Penguin the very next turn when it outspeeds it with an Earthquake. After that, not only leaves it with 2 Pokemon remaining, but we're able to knock out his Gigalith in 2 hits, which leaves us with only one more Pokemon between us and victory. After that, all we have to do is send in Magna, who is able to take out this Leafeon with 1 hit from Flame Wheel. And just like that, we have won the battle, although we still have one more battle remaining against the rival before we take on Victory Road, meaning we'll have to wait till then to officially claim our vengeance for Durana. However, we made it through without a casualty, so that's good enough for me for now. Although I do gotta say, that was one hell of a battle. That's yet another thing I can't help but to give the developer credit for due to the fact that this game really delivers in the rival experience. After all, it makes the rivalry that much better when they're not complete and total pushover, and there's nothing I love more than being put in a situation that forces me to think, because that's when I feel the most growth in my skills as a battler. After all, there's nothing better than a tense and stressful situation to prepare you for the next one, and it's just like I said before, experience is preparation, and preparation is just about everything, especially in a Nuzlocke. And I want to double down on that real quick because preparation really is everything. And the year before I started Nuzlocking, I remember I took on an Iron Man account in old school RuneScape while also practicing casual playthroughs with Nuzlocke rules. While I was more so doing it for fun and had zero intention of creating content around it due to how devoted I was to pixel art, I'm glad I did because that preparation has certainly gone a long way into my Nuzlocke journeys. Anyways, we are fast approaching the end of the video, so as always, I want to take this moment to thank all of you awesome, amazing, and wonderful people who have been supporting my journey over here on YouTube. I've been battling the demon of discouragement as of late, but whenever I think about the fact that there's so many people who are awesome enough to hit subscribe and tune in my videos, despite the fact that I'm far from the best content creator on this platform, it puts me right back in the driver's seat and motivates me to continue grinding these videos out. It's certainly not easy, but it's so worth it whenever I see the support that you guys show me. That being said, that's all I got for you today. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Pixelated Pat, signing off.